parts of your database practice exam 1. Okay, so question 44 says we need to produce another report which has a page orientation of portrait. This can be done during the creation of the report. Fits on a single page. That again, when you're doing the report, shows only the sites that are owned and have a current area of less than 750. Now this needs to be done in a query. Shows only the fields country, current area, potential area, and their labels in full. That can be done in a query, but the labels in full has to be done in the report. Sorts all of the data into descending. It can be done in either one. Includes the heading small sites already owned at the top. Okay, so we need to call the query that. So first of all, we create a query. So create and then query wizard. Click OK and make sure that you base it on the table, not on the previous query, or you're not going to get all of the results that you need. So we have to make sure that only the fields country, current area, potential area are there. Okay. So country, current area and potential area. Click next. Click next, and we're going to call this small sites already owned, and then we're going to click on modify the query design. Finish. Inside the exam it states that shows only the sites that are owned and have a current area of less than 750. So on here we haven't got owned. We can put owned here and not show it, but criteria equals yes. So if I run that now, if I show this owned field, you can see that it says yes. Click on design view. That doesn't have to be shown in the exam, so it's only country, current area and potential area that's shown. Shows only the sites where they are owned, so we've done that part, and have a current area of less than 750. Okay, so the current area, the criteria is less than, and again I have to change my keyboard to Spanish, less than 750. So if we click that query now, we have the results of each country whose current area is less than 150. Okay, shows only the fields. We have done that. Sorts the data ascending in order of country, with South Africa at the top, and then descending in order of current area. Well, this can be done in both the query and in the report. So it's the country with South Africa at the top, descending. Okay, so country sort descending, followed by descending area of current area. So we have current area again descending. Once we click run, we'll see that South Africa is the top, and then this is sorted into the current area descending from the largest down to the smallest. We click on view and we can save, and then we can close that. This has to be a report, so we create a report wizard. This time it's based on all the small sites already owned. We put the 3 fields across. Click next again. You can click this if you want, but we've already actually done it. So country descending and current area descending. We've already actually done that in the query, so it's not necessary now. Okay, next. It says landscape. Page orientation of portrait, sorry. So we have it in portrait, so there's no need to change it to landscape. We click next. If we put the title, the sites, small sites already owned, that will then become at the top of the report, so it's not necessary for us to change it. If I finish now, you can see that it's okay, but we can tidy that up a little bit in the design view. Close print view, click on design view if it's not already on design view, select those two together, change that, bring those two a little bit in, and again Control Z, we can bring those two in as well. What I like to do is to make sure that I put them in the center or align them all the same, either center, left or right align. So you might have to click on left align to bring them all left aligned first, and then center align to put them all center aligned. What else does it ask you in the report? Has your name in the left in the footer? Okay, that should be fairly simple by now. So we drag the footer down, we click on the design, click on the label, not on the text box. If we put a text box, it's then going to ask you for a calculation that needs to be run on one of these. So I'm just going to put my name in the bottom of here, then run the report, and that's exactly what they want at the bottom of your report at the left. Now this can be either put underneath the date or above the date. It all depends on where we put this inside of here. This is at the bottom of the report. This is at the bottom of the page. So if I put my name there, or swap these round, mine will then be at the bottom of every page and not at the bottom of the report. So you've got to remember that it's what it says, has your name in the left of the footer. Okay, so the left of the footer, the page footer, it doesn't say the page footer or the report footer. We'll click on the normal view and that will do. Okay, the next question. Save and print the report. You will know how to do that by the time the exam comes around. For the particular practice, you don't have to do that. You just simply save the report and then we can close it. For the next question, we're going to produce a report from all of the data which shows a summary of only code and potential area fields, performs a count of the number of sites in each code, and calculates the sum of the potential area within each code. This might sound really difficult to do, but it's quite easy. When we go back onto our database and we click create and create query, we use a query wizard, we click OK. Now it states in here all of the sites, all of the data for the code and potential area. So in this one, make sure that you select all, which is the table. So it's the code and the potential area. Code and potential area fields. So there's a code and potential area fields. Click next. This is the important part because we don't want to see the details of every record. We want to see a summary. It says we need to show a summary of only the code and potential area fields. That's the first step. Performs a count on the number of sites in each code. Well, if we go to summary options, we can perform a count, which is a sum of the potential area. And then this next part calculates a sum of performs a count of the number of sites in each code, which is that one, and calculates a sum of the potential area within each code, which is that one, sorry. So it's the other way around. Click OK. Click next. Now what does it say that does it say it has to be called anything? No. But we have to save this data in a form that can be imported into a text document. But this has to be in a report first. So we will just call it sites query. We'll click finish. And this has to be then put into a report. So we'll close that. Click save. Click on create and then report wizard. In the drop down box, make sure we select site query, which is the one that we've just did. Put everything across, next, next. It doesn't ask you to put anything in ascending or descending because when you see the report, it's just a summary. Next, and then finish. Okay, so there's a summary of each of the codes with the sum of the potential area and the count of the sites. Now, we have to close print preview and change the design again because it's not showing all the data. That field box is far too big. We can move those two across within theirs, and we can't see the labels for the count of the sites. Then I'll move those across. I can move this across, close the property sheet, move this in slightly, and then I can, as I like to do on the other ones, is put them all to the left, all to the right, or all in the center. We'll put them all to the left this time. We can just move that slightly, make it smaller so I can move this in. Okay. If I click on view now, that's what we want to now export to our text document. So we can now click on external data, and on here we have the import and we have export. Now we can export this to a text file. We have the more box, which can be exported then to a Word or a rich text format. We can then find our folder. In my particular instance, I always save it in my Dropbox, and I've saved it in here. It doesn't tell you to give it a name. It just says that you need to export into a form that can be opened in by your graphics or chart packaging. Okay, so it's not Word, so I'll need to go back, export it into a file which can be opened into Word, into a program that can be used for charts or graphs. Now charts or graphs is Excel, so we can save it as an XLS, whether it's a 95 or a 2000 or 2003. We'll save it as a 2003, browse, drop down box, St. Paul's, where I always save my files in, and I click save and OK. Click close, and then on side here, and here you've got import this data into your document. Insert this data as a table after the paragraph which show. Well, this is part of the Word part of this exam from the beginning. Now it's at this point that we can stop here.